Hello YouTube, this is going to be my first video, and what I want to talk about is, of course, the tragedy that's going on right now. I'm seeing a lot of weird things in the news about how happy we are to be hiring people. It's going to spread the virus. I don't see how you can say that I can't have 10 friends in my house, over 10 friends in my house, that I know where they go, I know where they've been, and that is a danger to me. But if a corporation hires 50 to an extra 100 people per building, that's gonna be okay. Like, nobody's gonna spread the virus there. These are people that I don't know. I don't know where they've been. I don't know what they've been up to. But they're touching the same equipment that I touch. No matter if they're 6 foot, 10 foot, and they're not. I work at UPS and they're not 6 foot apart. These people aren't. They're not doing that. And it doesn't matter if you touch something after another person touches it. No matter if you're 20 or 30, you can come back tomorrow and touch it and supposedly get this stuff. That's a problem for me. And these corporate news stations just keep telling people, oh good, look, they're hiring, they're hiring. Let's bring in 20, 30 more people. Yay! They're spreading the disease. They're not shutting these places down. That makes it hard for the employees that are already there facing problems. Because I know at UPS, they aren't giving us anything. They're not wiping anything down. They're not doing anything to control the spread of the regular flu, let alone this super strain of whatever this is, which seems like some kind of weapon. I wanted to talk about the social distancing, and that same principle applies to social distancing out and about, because I don't live in Florida, but I live in another place that people are getting called out a lot, where they've had pictures of people not even close to social distancing, hundreds of groups out and about at all kinds of places, and that's close to Kansas City. And it doesn't matter if you're 6 foot, 10 foot, 20 foot apart. If you touch a hand railing that somebody else touched that has already had the virus, you're done. You're done. I mean, you're going to get it. You're going to spread it, if not die from it. Some other things I want to talk about here was the whole spreading the virus, and also at UPS, since I've already ratted myself out working there, we're not getting any kind of hazard pay. The union seems totally freaked out. Like, they can't do anything about it. I talked to a union president at my local the other day, and he sounded more paranoid than I did. He had no answers for us. He thought that I was a driver, but I'm a warehouse worker, fiddly warehouse worker, obviously, because he didn't even consider that we would be worried about safety. Like, he just kept thinking I was a UPS driver, and I was like, well, I don't drive. Well, we wiped down the cab. And that was the only thing he did, is said for safety precaution. When I know they're not giving us masks, which I don't want to take masks away from the nurses and all that, but no gloves, no mask, no kind of PPE. We had a fire in the building not too long ago, which they took them forever to clean up and was giving people headaches. And I'd go in there last week, and I took a vacation because, there's too many idiots there spreading it. Doing that exactly, everywhere, at a workplace, off and on stuff. With the no hazard pay, so I gotta come home and sterilize myself every day. I gotta come in here and take off my clothes. This is my sterilization room, and I'm doing this so my kid can't hear, because this is some depressing stuff, and I can tell she already knows about it, and it's affecting us all here in the home, even a 3-year-old child. So I come out here, I clean stuff, I gotta take my clothes off, I gotta wash them every day because she's borderline asthmatic, my daughter, and gotta go spray disinfectant. It's costing me a fortune to come home from work every day. And they're not doing anything about it. I mean, they could at least compensate us in some money, and they're not doing that at all. And we've got a union. This union, we laugh and joke before this, was just an extension of the HR department for UPS. I mean, you can go to the HR department and get more done than you can our union. They're not protecting people. I mean, I love unions. I've watched the history on unions. I know a lot of people died having to trying to get us unionized, and I respect that. But these unions are corrupt. They are in with the corporation. I'm pretty sure Hoffa's still under FBI investigation for all the things he's done wrong, which he's stepping down, I've heard. smart move, so you don't go to prison like the rest of these people. Let me see, document press. And they keep saying there's nothing to buy, which is surprising. Like, oh, well, if you can find it, we'll buy it. Well, if you don't have anything, it's time to shut it down until you can get this equipment. You can't keep saying that cannot be your excuse, is that we can't find protective equipment. If I didn't have protective equipment of my own, I wouldn't leave the house. I wouldn't leave the house. Not at all. I'm going to go back to, we got to stop work until then. The social distancing will not work. Went over that. Hiring equals spreading the virus. No spreads. But I'm baffled by what these corporations are making excuses in the corporate news, even local news, making excuses for them. Well, look how great it is we're hiring. You've got to stop. You've got to send your people home. If you don't do that for the 30 days or the 15 days, probably if you'd have been smart enough and sent your people home for the 15 days, we wouldn't be facing 30. And now that you're not doing it for 30, we're going to be facing months. I mean, like a lot of these memes say, I didn't set out to be a conspiracy theorist, but it's happening, because everybody else is lying. So when you lie like they do on the news, you're going to push people to alternative views. I mean, I've had people come up to me in this last month that usually laugh at me, make jokes about my conspiracy theories. But now they're coming to me seriously saying, I'm sorry I said that stuff, man. Can you please tell me what you think is going on? And I follow everything that's going on that I can on YouTube, on the regular news. So I see the Anons thing, and it's starting to make me wonder, because I never would have thought that movement was totally on, because their main guy, this computer guy on whatever it is, 8chan now, I think, has been wrong a lot. And it's kind of funny, but I still follow these people because he has broke out things that are public information, but that I had never seen anybody else breaking out. What time news releases go, the pictures from inside the White House, which are strange. So I know I want to be careful what I say, so I'm trying to tiptoe around it so I can get this video out, because this is the least important thing that I'm worried about. But you're pushing people to these things, and it's just getting more and more popular. And that's another thing I want to put out there, that if any of you Anons or Q or whatever, I don't know what I can and can't say to get this video out, but you know who I'm talking about, I think. The Storm and all that. These people seem to be the most people that I would have thought were going to revolt. That had the guns, they have the weaponry, they have the ammunition to do such a thing if the government does turn bad. But right now, all those people are docile because they're in love with Trump. Now, Trump, I'm glad he's doing what he's doing. He was doing a good job. I don't like globalization, so that's why I followed him. I'm not a big religious guy, so he kind of loses me on some of them points. And I really wish they'd keep that out of government more and make statistical decisions, not on a 1,000-year-old book or so that has been put together by an already controlling empire. And these people are docile right now. Like, they're thinking, oh, good, martial law. No, you can't do that. Martial law none of this is good. This is exactly what the global organizations want. They want us to accept all these things. And right now, the most people that wouldn't accept them, that would have stood up to him, is docile because of this movement of the Anons. Now, even though if he's telling the truth, and this is some kind of military operation, this looks like a dangerous thing to be following in these times, right now. It seems more like they've been buttering the people up that would stand up against this, and now they're like, oh, don't worry about it. It's Trump's big plan to wipe out this pedophilia. And, I probably shouldn't say that, but they're docile right now. I mean, these are the people that you would hope would be the real patriots and stand up for our rights as they get taken away. Now, I do believe that it's a hard fight between this. What are we going to do? Do we lose our freedoms to protect, a small percentage of the population? Is this thing worse than it really ever was that all these countries have led on to be? Because it seems like all of them are hiding their numbers a little bit, whether they're fudging them or they're finding out that those numbers weren't taken in properly. Excuse me. We're being lied to. I hope you people are going to stand up, see what's going on. Really made this because of how UPS is delivering coronavirus right to your door and to your nursing home doors and to the hospitals, because there are people there that are sick that they don't know about the information to get them out of work because UPS management isn't telling them it. The union isn't telling them how to get out of it. The reason I know is because TDU sends me, updates, and some of us in there, but very few of these people have it. So they're basically coming to work sick. They're trying to hide it. They go to the bathroom and they call off on everything, and then they come out and they, because everybody's looking at them weird. But what are you going to do? Tell the management to send them home? Because nobody's doing that. Because all they're worried about is that profits. And they say I think like 1/10 of our business is actually shipping medical supplies, and most of those are dentist office. So they're telling us that, we're essential by Homeland Security. We're still shipping people's knickknacks. Like, we're getting things through there. 90% of the stuff we get through there, probably more, but what I can see is still these little knickknacks that people are buying. That this is not important, not worth risking our lives for. Now, I could understand working if you had some kind of personal protection in there, but you don't. Like, they're not wiping anything down. The soot from that fire is still on the equipment. So they've never even sterilized anything. They don't have what it takes to do that, and they need to shut down now. And I hope somebody sees this video, that it makes it count. And I'm sorry if it's choppy. I know I probably made a lot of mistakes. I only got one little camera, but there's so many things people are talking about. And I kind of sit down and I wanted to do a real short video just to see if I could even do it. And then I'll try to come back with some more stuff. I'm not looking for subscribers or followers or anything like that. I want people to stand up to these corporations. I hear about all these things happening with the strikes. I support all of you. Good luck, because our union doesn't even want to do that for us. We're supposed to be protecting the people, and they aren't, the employees. They are doing a horrible job. This is the worst I've ever seen, just so we can keep shipping PlayStations and bullcrap. So I hope somebody sees this. I hope it catches on. I hope you realize that you need to stop mailing stuff, because I've heard everybody's doing this, from the Postal Service. Nobody has protection equipment right now, and we don't deserve it, and we don't need to be shipping this stuff. You could have a third of the people at that facility just shipping the medical equipment, and then maybe you could afford to have them some kind of personal protection equipment, or you could go out and buy a bucket of bleach water and at least wipe down what they're using. And that's all I'm asking for here. That's what I'm asking for right now, is just, please, wake up, people, wake up. We are shipping to your grandma's house COVID-19 because people are coughing on it. It's not just the flu alone, because they've never took any precautions for this. And I feel like I gotta say something. I don't want to make a YouTube video. I'm not really a camera guy. This is my first action camera. Bought it to tape stuff my daughter was doing. But now I feel like I've really got to come out and say something. Good luck, folks. I love y'all. Stay real. Hello, YouTube. This is going to be my first video.